my name is Yuri. I live in Bellingham, Washington, on the Pacific Northwest, beautiful Pacific Northwest. I've been investing with Ashcroft for, I think this is my third year. I think I started in 2019 towards the end. And I think I've done a total, oh gosh, maybe 7 or 8. And that also includes the first value add fund that was started last year and closed in December. I am a full-time physician. I have an active medical practice at the hospital here in Pacific Northwest, and I also have a couple of businesses on the side. But my primary work is a full-time work as a practicing physician. So multifamily is one of the areas of passive investments that I employ. For example, I also invest in storage facilities, but multifamily is just one of the ways I do my investments in real estate passively, and that's how I diversify my investments. I started in 2019 after doing quite a bit of research and meeting some people, and I think I talked to Joe on the phone once or twice, and he answered my questions, directed me to a couple of websites to educate myself more about passive multifamily investments. So, I had to, I did my homework, and I'm still doing my homework. But anytime I had any questions with Ashcroft, either through Joe directly via email, via phone, or through your investor relationship department, everything's been addressed very promptly and quickly, whether email or over the phone. And in fact, I met with one of your representatives, Evan, a few months ago. He was just getting through Washington on our way to somewhere else, and he called me in advance, and we set up a time to meet. He didn't want to sell me anything. We just met. He wanted to know about my experience, my aspirations, and that was very nice. I think the most important part for me is being very objective in what the goals are. And I really like that the number one goal with Ashcroft is preservation of the capital. I would rather make less on my investment, but to make sure that my investment doesn't get lost. That's one thing. Another thing I like is that there's no sales pitch. Nobody's trying to sell me anything. There are no fancy promises and fancy pictures of beautiful buildings and things like that. Everything is very objective, very straightforward, and I appreciate that. No heavy sales pitch. In fact, no selling pitch at all. I don't feel like somebody's trying to sell me something, and I appreciate that, number one. Number two, the experience. No matter what you do, whether you're a physician or a builder or a money manager, you obviously have to learn your trade, but then the more time you do this, the better you become. Repetition is the key. And this is what I like about Ashcroft, is that they are doing pretty much the same thing with every deal. They know what to do. They know what the issues are. They know what the problems can arise and how to fix them. So it is known that the biggest risk in investment, particularly in real estate and passive real estate, is the execution of the plan. And the more you do something, the better you become. I know this as a physician, and that's one of the reasons I like investing with Ashcroft. Third reason, I like the customer service. Anytime I have a question, I get a response pretty quickly via email or phone call, and I like that as well. So there are no hidden passages. Everything is on the table. You get frequent communication with the company, with updates and investments, with specific numbers, so I can see which way we're going, and I like that. My goal was to use my money to make money. And that's one of the ways I have been, that's the reason I've been doing passive real estate investments. So, but again, the most important thing for me is not to lose money, capital preservation, which is the primary goal of Ashcroft, and that goes very well with me. I don't get paid for this. There's really nothing in it for me. I just want to share my experience. I've been pleased with my experience with Ashcroft. I think that many people, including many physicians, do not know or understand what it's like to invest in real estate passively. And this has been a good experience for me. So I just want to share it with the people. I think the value add fund number 2 has opened up. No properties there yet, but my plan is to invest in that fund. And I like the new structure of investing through funds rather than individual properties. To me, it is kind of like diversifying my investments. Instead of having individual stocks or properties, I have a fund, kind of like a mutual fund with a bunch of stocks. And same thing with the value add fund that has many properties. So you spread the risk, you diversify your investments. And I like that even more than investing in individual deals or properties. So yes, I will continue. My understanding is that Ashcroft is switching to a new platform for online management, a new dashboard, new site. So I suspect it's going to be even better than what they have now. I haven't. I signed up for the second fund, but I haven't experienced the new website. So hopefully it'll be even better than the original.